Hi, this is Sab posting for week 2. So I really enjoyed this chapter and reading about the 8 perspectives. Reading about Maria's case study really made me view my mom's situation and my personal experiences in a different light. Because I believe that what Sarah and Maria are going through in this case study is something that my mom and my sister might have to go through in the next couple decades. My mom is Gen X and what you call in the sandwich generation, where she is currently caring for her elderly dad all by herself with no help from her siblings, and he does have early onset dementia and will probably need to be living with my mom soon. Right now he lives alone. And then my mom also helps my sister in caring for her children or my mom's grandchildren. And so reading about Maria made me feel like when it is time to take care of my mother, that I don't want to leave my siblings, out in the wind like Sarah's siblings, and help be there because I feel like as social workers, the least we can do is show up for our families. Anyway, the three ideas that I chose were conflict, systems, and social construct, or social construction. So I feel like the biggest thing that Maria and Sarah are dealing with is conflict with the other siblings and the unequal distribution of resources that Sarah is currently experiencing. Because all of the financial hardship is on her to take care of her mother, she is been unable to financially support herself and her mother because she is unable to work. And so this is why Sarah is thinking about putting her mom in hospice care, because then she could go back to work, but she wouldn't be there with her mom in her last moments before she dies. The other one that I chose was systems, and I believe that Maria and Sarah could benefit greatly from a lot of systems that the social worker could offer, such as getting food from the food bank, trying to get either food stamps or utilizing local resources. Like here in Utah, we have the HEAT program, and that is a program that is for low-income families that can't afford to pay for their gas and their utilities, and utilizing resources and systems like that for the family. And then the last idea that I would like to discuss is social construct, and how I believe, based off of Sarah and Maria's upbringings and the ideas that they have learned and that they have lived around, that they probably feel like they're stuck in the situation that they're in. And I think reaching out to the social worker was a great first step in trying to seek help for the family. Having multiple perspectives in this field in social work is extremely important, because not only do we all have different experiences as human beings, but we also have different education and access to different resources. And so I think it is extremely important when trying to help families, that you reach out to your colleagues and your superiors and coworkers to see if there is any other perspective that they can offer that might be insightful or helpful to the families. And then the last question is, reflect on how the 3 ideas that I selected remind me of practicing cultural humility. I think as being social workers, whether or not we have been in these exact situations as some of our clients have, it is always important to practice cultural humility and just humility in general as human beings, because even if you haven't been in your client's exact shoes, we all know somebody who has suffered or who has needed help, and it could easily be us in their situation, and it could easily be me that is needing, money for food, or is needing money for daycare or childcare, or is needing or short on rent. And I don't think that a lot of people realize that in today's economy, a lot of us Americans are, one paycheck away from not being able to afford rent and being homeless. And so I really applaud and admire Maria's contribution to society. And I think because of the work that she did when she was able-bodied, that there should be some way to support her, some system to support her in her elderly years while she is living out her last days with Parkinson's and mild dementia. But yes, that is my contribution to this week's discussion, and I'll see you in the next one.